UFC Fight Night Vallejos versus Emmett just finished, and it was one of the craziest cards of the year. Like I said, I was more excited for this card than I was for the pay per view last week, and it proved why. These Apex cards, although they're shit name value wise, they're always crazy entertaining. So we're gonna go through the whole card today, talk about what happened, give my reaction and breakdown to every fight. We start off the main event. We smoked Josh Emmett. I said decision. He just destroyed him in 3 minutes. I wasn't expecting him to do it that quick. He only took 3 strikes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Vallejos is a fucking beast. We already knew this, but beating Emmett like that, I know Zalal finished him quick, but like this was more impressive in my opinion. Knocking him out that fast. He dropped him twice, I think. How many does it say? Yeah, 2 knockdowns. Just destroyed him everywhere. Shucked off the takedown attempts. I think Emmett had 2. It's only got 1 here, but the stats are never right. But just destroyed him. Combinations, shots over the top, shots to the body, and Emmett just couldn't do anything. I thought he'd survive to a decision, but I feel like that Ilya fight, now looking back on it, that was probably what took his chin. I know he didn't get knocked out, but that took his chin, his toughness. Because since that fight, even though he's not been knocked out, he was fighting Lerone, who's not a crazy, powerful guy. He fought Bryce Mitchell, okay. Zalal, still, he's more of a grappler. I know he can put you out on the feet, but he didn't fight anyone like Kev. And Kev just showed levels tonight. Well, last night, I guess. Yeah, looked better than he didn't look better than I thought. It's just, I didn't expect him, like I said, to knock out Josh in the first round. They should take Josh out the rankings, so he has to stop fighting these demons. Because he's fighting Kevin Vallejos, Zalal, Lerone. He's fighting all these guys. Ilya on the come up. Because he's in the rankings. If they just get him out of the rankings, which I think they should, then he can start fighting some other guys and it'll be better for him. But sick performance from Kev. Give him Yair on the no-check card. No, not on the no-check card. That's in 6 months. On International Fight Week, on the main card. Get him out the fucking Apex, first of all. Sick performance, like I said, though. And yeah, I can't, there's not really much more to say. He looked insane. Smoked Emmett. And yeah, go to the co-main. Okay. I'm 1 fight in, and the UFC fucking website's already messing up. Alright, here we go. Robertson versus Lemos. Lemos could easily be the best fighter in, well, not the best fighter in this division, but a top 2 fighter in this division. She's just a fucking idiot. She's putting herself in bad positions. She's done it in the last 2 fights. Against Suarez and against Robertson. If she was a bit smarter, she could have got the win. She went for an armbar, I think it was, in the 3rd round, and she ended up on bottom. If she didn't do that, she would have won the entire fight. And I think she tried to grapple with Robertson, and it just lost her the fight. She just stuffed the takedowns, got herself some space, and kept it on the feet, which she easily could have done. Look, here, that sub attempt. That's literally what cost her the fight. If she just kept it on the feet and stopped trying to engage in the grappling with Robertson, obviously Robertson was initiating it, but Lemos was trying to engage with it, and it just didn't work, and she got lost the decision because of it. And it's happened twice in a row now, so it's on her. I don't care who they fight next. Robertson's calling for a title shot. That's not happening, but whatever. Next fight. There we go. This was a sick fight as well. This card was fucking insane. All of these fights here, were either crazy performances or insane insane fights. Next fight, though. Delgado, Philly. Well, my lock. I made a video yesterday with the locks for this card, and I said for this fight to not go the distance. I should have just said Delgado, because I picked him and I said I'm leaning into him to get the dub. I bet on him. And instead I just locked for it to not go to a decision, because they're both chinny and both hit very hard. Which is a very logical thing to fucking do, but they decided, we'll just not knock each other out today, which, sure. People called him robbery. I don't think it was. I think Delgado got the right, Delgado was the right winner. I had it 2-1. I gave him rounds 2 and 3. Philly obviously won the first after he dropped him. Did they actually count that as a knockdown? No. See what I mean about these fucking stats? But yeah, Delgado clearly won 2 and 3 in my opinion. Philly nearly stole the 3rd round at the end with the takedown. He landed a couple of strikes. Philly had to be more active on top, and he could have stole the round, but Delgado won the first few minutes of the round, which was with the striking on the feet. What's next for them? I'm not sure. Philly just keep him in these fun fights now. We know he's not going to be anywhere near the top of the division in the rankings or anything, but Delgado, if they put him in, I feel like they're going to give him a ranked opponent, even though he just lost in the Family Wood, even though the Family Wood has to fight every single fucking person outside the rankings. So I'm scared that they're going to do that with Delgado and Wood, but either way, he's going to be in the rankings soon. I made a TikTok on it last night. He is a beast. He's very good. I don't know how old he is, but even going 15 with Philly and going 15 with Wood. I know he's supposed to be. I know he was like this dangerous finisher before the UFC and even at the start of his UFC career. He's knocking everyone out in the round. I think this is good for him. Going 15 minutes with a guy like Philly, who is an awkward style to beat, which his stance is a lot. He's the same height as Delgado. Delgado's never really fought someone who's not shorter than him at featherweight. So for him to go 15 minutes and clearly win, in my opinion, it is a good look for him. I don't know how it was a split decision. I think there was a couple of these that shouldn't have been a split decision. And yeah, Delgado looked good. Don't give him a ranked opponent yet, but I feel like they're going to. And for Philly, just keep him in these fun fights because that's what we want to see. But get them both out the Apex. Same as like half the people on this card. Include them both of these. Okay, first of all, Dana, I tweeted this yesterday. If he even fucking thinks about cutting Harry Hardwick after this fight, I know he's 0-2 in the UFC, but they gave him Kawhi Fernandez on 4 days' notice, upper weight class, and then Rakai, or Rahiki, however you say his fucking name. If they cut him after this, I'm never watching the sport again. That's a lie. But Rahiki got the dub, looked good. Well, he looked okay, I guess. It was a sick fight. That's all it was. There was barely any technique coming back from Harry. He was just throwing shit and having fun out there. I had it 2-0 Rahiki. Maybe 1-1. Harry could have stole the first. But either way, obviously it doesn't matter because he couldn't carry on because his jaw was just hanging off onto the floor. Rahiki, he just needs to improve his defense a little bit because his striking is very clean. His power is obviously crazy. He's got nice combinations. He's tough. He's got heart. We saw that in the Contender Series. We didn't learn much new stuff about him. Like, we knew all the stuff that he showed today. We already knew from the Contender Series. Like, he's tough. He's got heart. Crazy KO power. Nice striking. He defended the grappling well. Harry took his back. He shut him off. And yeah, for Harry Hardwick, just give him someone easy in his next fight. If he loses that, then yeah, cut him. But giving him, like, the two people, like I said, in his first two UFC fights, insane. If they cut him while Tai Tuivasa is still on the fucking roster, I'm going to be mad as hell. But yeah, get them both out the Apex. This should have been on the London card next week. It would have been insane. Or at least the card in Sydney or Perth in a few weeks' time. Either way, sick fight. And yeah, Rahiki's a decent prospect to be looking out for. This next fight, I'm not going to spend long on. Umar Sy has no heart. No French fighter does. Cut them all from the UFC. I did not going to lie, I was making toast while this fight happened. Because it started quicker than I thought. I thought they'd be walking out. I came back in and the fight was already basically done. So I don't know anything that happened, really. All I saw was Sy getting submitted. And that's all I had to see, bro. Cut him from the sport. No one cares. Get every French guy out of it. They have no heart. Now, this is a fight I want to talk about. A sick fight again. I don't know who the fuck had this 3-0 Charles Johnson. I thought Silva won. I did have money on him. So I might be a bit biased, but I thought he won. I'm going to have to go back and watch it today, but well, I probably won't. But I think he won rounds. I think there's an argument for all. I think all 3 rounds were close. That's the problem. Like, there isn't a single round that I can think off the top of my head, outside of round 2 for Silva, in my opinion, that was like a definitive, yeah, this guy won the round. Like, every round was close. So I don't mind like a 29-28 Johnson, but I don't know how you gave all 3 to him. He didn't look that good either. First round he looked a bit He was kind of backing up the whole time. He looked like he didn't want to get hit, which I guess he got knocked out a few weeks ago. So I don't know. It was a weird performance. I think Silva won. Johnson was saying in his post-fight presser he feels like he won every round, and it was weird that it was a split decision and stuff. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Charles Johnson's career is weird. How did he beat Van and Cavana? Well, I know how he did, but he's beating all these guys. He's looking shit against level. Like, he looked shit against Sumu Deji. He should have lost that. Lost to Temerov. Knocked out in the first by Perez. Should have lost this one. It's a weird career he's had, man. But fights are fun, I guess. And Silva, I don't think he's going to be able to make a run anymore after this fight. He's like 36 now. He's small for flyweight, which is crazy. But this was probably, if he got the win, he could have had one last shot at like up the rankings. But the judges are retarded, so he didn't get the dub. Yeah, Johnson won, so fair play to him. How did Durden... Okay, this guy's career makes... He lost to Durden and beat Van and Cavana. This career doesn't make any sense, but yeah. Johnson won, I guess. Prelims, Orabai just Khabib'd Chris Curtis. 19 takedowns. What the fuck? Thing is, I don't even think this was that boring. Like, I've seen some people complain, but at least he was taking him down and like beating him up and picking him up and slamming him. At least he wasn't just lying on top of him, like we've seen before. Like, that's why I don't think the Charles one was as bad as people said. At least for the first few rounds. Maybe towards the end it was a bit to watch. Obviously, performance-wise, they were both crazy good. But But yeah, this one I didn't think it was that boring, just because he was trying to finish the fight. When they're taking the guys down continually, but at least trying to finish the fight, I don't mind it. Chris Curtis was crying on Twitter. I'll find a screenshot of it somewhere, saying like, "Oh, it's really hard to fight a guy who's got no intention of fighting you." It's like, what, he was picking you up. So he literally bitched you. He did whatever he wanted. I know there's always something with Chris Curtis, but fucking hell. They're probably going to mention the back of the head shots. That's another thing I got to mention. I know back of the head shots are bad, but when a fighter's on bottom, just turning their head into them, giving the other guy no option, like there's nowhere else for him to hit, then it's like, what are you supposed to do about it? You're just letting them hit you in the back of the head. Like, you're not trying to improve position. They're literally trying to foul bait. Like, I know this ain't the NBA, but like, they're just trying to get the other guy. They're trying to get the other guy to hit him on the back of the head, so the ref can take the position away or take a point or something. Like, they need to stop doing it. Curtis has done it a couple of times, I think. He did it a lot in this fight, and he complained on Twitter after. But Orubai, sick performance, I guess. Lighter man skill. They keep matching him up against these guys that came down from middleweight. I know Curtis is more of a welterweight, but still. As for Orubai, either rankings or Magny test. That's what's next for him. If he beats Magny, then give him a ranked opponent. Or just give him a ranked opponent now. I wouldn't complain. But yeah, good performance. Not the most entertaining, but sure. Now, this wasn't a good performance, but was very entertaining. Complete opposite. Sick fight. Asplund has the takedown defense. Well, Aldo level takedown defense in terms of you can't get him down. Not because of skill, he's just too fat. Like, you just can't take down a 300-pound man, apparently. Even if you're built like Vitor Belfort. You know, Aldo was the opposite. He was really small, but he was the most skilled guy ever. So, that's how you couldn't get him down. But yeah, this was a sick fight. Did they count the knockdown? Oh, they actually counted this one. Look at that. Asplund knocked down Pacino in the first. Had him hurt badly. Pacino cut up his face. Like, Asplund posted a video after. His face is fucked up. Pacino won rounds 2 and 3. He couldn't get the grappling going whatsoever. Yeah, 0 and 4. He did take Asplund's back at one point. After Asplund slipped because he weighs a ton. And he got on his back, but Asplund just got up because Pacino couldn't lock in a body triangle because there was too much stomach in the way, so he couldn't get it in properly, and Asplund just kind of stood up. Took him like 20 seconds still, but he got up. Fair play to him. But yeah, Pacino won. Asplund is like, he's just pure entertainment. Him versus Ty needs to happen at some point. Ty's fighting the guy that Asplund just beat. I think he's going to knock him out in the first round because Sharif isn't like, I don't know about the first round. I don't know. Ty's got power, which Asplund doesn't really have much of compared to Ty. So I need to see him versus Ty. Imagine that physique battle. The battle of the loose skin. Well, Ty doesn't really have much loose skin. He's just obese. But anyway, Vitor Belfort won. I max bet him. I was very scared. But he got the dub, so who cares? And yeah, I don't know what's next. He should probably get a ranked opponent. Asplund should get... I don't know. Do the Ty fight. Fuck it. I want to see that. Next fight, Elijah Smith versus me. I got robbed. I didn't tap. I'm just kidding. Elijah Smith looked really good. But he didn't look that good. He lost the first round, which I kind of assumed was going to happen because he used heavy grappling style. I thought he'd put the pace on. But I thought Smith would catch him towards the end of round 1 or the start of round 2. And I was right. Or did I say decision? I can't even remember. I thought he would catch him and drop him early round 2 or in round 1. And he did. And he got the sub as well. And yeah, he looked good. I don't know how many UFC. I think he's 3-0 in the UFC now. I think he should have one more before he goes to the rankings. Just because he has got some issues and holes in his game, which he does need to improve on. Because I don't want to see him get rushed into the rankings and then lose. And then it's like, oh, now he's got to build back up, you know? I'd rather keep him out of the rankings against like a big name. Maybe like a Rob Font or something. And then put him in the rankings after that, you know? I don't want to see him get rushed up there. But he looked good. He's got crazy finishing instincts. And yeah, like... Some guys you'll see, like, when he dropped you, some guys, like, especially young guys, you'll see them kind of just, like, panic and just start throwing, like, dumb hammer fists or whatever, and then they'll allow their opponent to recover, and then they're back in the fight. But he was actually smart, jumped on the back immediately, didn't try any of this bullshit of trying to hit him when he's moving around on the floor. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. He's got good finishing instincts, didn't try to rush the KO, didn't get, like, overly excited, got the finish, looked good, and yeah, I think he's still, like, 23. There's a lot of young guys on this card that look good. Speaking of, even though I don't think Souza's that young, Souza versus Oki, another fucking banger. Like, this was a banger. This was a pretty good fight. This was a sick fight. This is what I'm saying about the Apex. It was an alright fight. This was a crazy fight. Johnson Silva was great. Rakai Hardwick was great. Philly versus Delgado. Like, the Apex, even though they always put on no-named cards, a lot of the time there is just high entertainment value and, like, you can see when, like, before this card, like I said, I was more excited for this card than I was for 326, just because the entertainment value on this card was crazy, and it showed it, because this was a fucking insane card. He outstruck Souza? Really? Anyway, Souza fucking slimed Oki in round 3. It was crazy. Insane fight. Souza won the first round. He nearly finished Oki. Oki won the second round when he nearly finished Souza. And then in the third round, Souza. I don't know how he keeps doing it. He keeps getting these second wins in round 3 and just knocking guys out. He did it on the Contender Series. He did it last night. It was a bad knockout. He was dead on the floor for well, he got up quite quick, but it was a crazy knockout. Souza, there are some very obvious flaws in his game, but he's a really fun guy. He's at lightweight. I didn't even think he might never get ranked. That wouldn't surprise me, but he looked good. He's going to be one of those guys. He's going to be like what Oki is now, I think, just better. Like, outside the rankings, probably never going to be anything like towards the top in the sport, but just always having banger fights on cards, which I don't mind, because I don't think he can beat like who's near the bottom of the rankings at lightweight right now. I'm blanking. I don't think he could beat a rank guy, is what I'm trying to say. And I think he's already like 28. He has beaten a couple good guys in the regional scene. He beat Ruffy. But right now, I don't think... Unless he proves me wrong. He could prove me wrong. It was his UFC debut, I guess. A lot of the time, guys don't look as good then as he do in other fights. But from fights that I've seen, that is kind of how he always looks. He did fight a bit differently. He fight how Oki usually fights, where he just kind of walks forward, going for the finish. And he didn't get it early. He got it late instead, which is crazy. But yeah, like I said, Souza got the dub, got the knockout. I don't know what's next for him. I'll probably make a video tomorrow talking about who every guy should fight next. Someone else fun outside the rankings, fuck it. This next fight pissed me off, so I'm not going to talk about it that much. Eric Anders retired, so good career, congrats, blah, blah, blah. But Brad fucking Tavares had the worst fight IQ in the UFC. I know I said Lemos was bad. Holy shit, this guy's a retard. He had Anders, who's like 38 years old and has a ton of damage in his career, by the way, basically out. He hit him and he went face down. When they go face down, you know that they're either hurt badly or dead. And he went face down. He recovered a little bit, but Brad Tavares tried to take his back, and then he got too high up, and he just kind of let Anders on top of him. It's like, what the fuck? Just stand him back up, hit him one more time, and he's gonna go out. But instead, he's a fucking idiot. Tried to jump on his back and do dumb shit, and he lost the fight because of it. So I'm glad he's lost. Fucking cut him from the sport. I don't care. Don't let him beat Bisping's record or tie it, whatever it is. Fuck you. Anyway, yeah, I bet on him if you couldn't tell. Next for my prediction was both guys would retire. I was close. Anders did. Next fight, B Mosquito smoked Rendon. I'm not even going to talk about this much because there's much to talk about. Actually, I'm going to just show you the stats. 31-0 total strikes, 1-0 takedowns, 1-0 sub attempts, 18-0 significant strikes. That tells you everything you need to know. She's actually good. She'll probably fight for the title in like a year because she's at women's bantamweight. Lacerda Souza, another fucking sick fight. Lacerda won the first round. Souza came back in round 2 and 3. 0 knockdowns, really? These fucking stats, man, I'm telling you. But Souza looked good. He had a rough first round, but again, UFC debut. Came back. Crazy fight. Lacerda's normally like a submission guy. He impressed me a lot on the feet in the stand-up. He's tougher than I thought. He's better than I thought. But I think Souza is a pretty well-rounded guy. At bantamweight, I don't know if he'll be ranked anytime soon. I think he's still young, so he's got time to improve. But yeah, sick fight. Another banger. This is what pisses me off. Like, imagine these fights were in front of a crowd. If these fights were in front of a crowd, these guys would turn into stars because everyone would remember them. People aren't going to remember these fights just because they're in the fucking Apex. Literally in a warehouse. No one cares. So, yeah, just turn into a rant on the Apex's card. But sick fight, sick performance. Souza should fight, I have no idea, next. Someone outside the rankings. And, yeah, I don't know. And then this fight, it was a rematch. Rodriguez, I think she won the first fight, but she looked really good today. Or last night. I keep saying today. Normally she takes people down and just grapples girls, but she showed her striking today. Showed that she made some improvements. And yeah, like I said, she looked good. Sam Hughes normally wins as an underdog. It's like a well-known thing. Anytime she's an underdog, she just wins. Not today, apparently. But yeah, that's the whole card breakdown. Main takeaways. We are future champ material. Vallejos. I might make a whole video on him. Just because I love him. Lemos is a fucking idiot. And yeah, get out the Apex. because these cards. I know the Apex is the reason the cards are good because the like crowd, not the crowd, the cage is smaller, so it forces them to fight more. But like, just go to a normal arena and just shrink the cage down a little bit if you want that. If you like, because the normal UFC cage is like 30 feet, like 30 square feet bigger, or something crazy like that than the Apex one. Just like, go make a cage just like somewhere in the middle or something. Fuck it, why not? And put it in the crowded arena, and like see how fucking good these fights are, and how memorable they are with a natural crowd, instead of going into this fucking warehouse. But yeah, Vallejo's versus Yair. Need to fucking see it. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, all that shit. Thank you for watching. Until next time.